Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about form tracking in CallRail. And form tracking is one of those really cool features that you don't expect or necessarily need when you sign up for call tracking. Then as we got more into the system and started using it more, we started realizing that form tracking is pretty cool. So it's one of those like bonus features that you don't need but adds a lot of value once you start using it correctly. Essentially, CallRail leverages the dynamic number insertion script that they have you install on every page so that they can bind to a form and grab the information and push it into their system when a form is submitted. So CallRail looks for an input type of submit, which is basically the submit button on a form. And then when a visitor submits that form, CallRail binds to the submission, it grabs the information, and it pushes it into the call tracking system. Ultimately, you're able to look at all those forms, look at reports, analyze them, search the text, track them, do quite a few things with the forms in CallRail. So that's really cool. And the way it works is you have to have the dynamic number insertion script installed on every single page of your website because it's looking for the form submission, or all the pages you want to track, not every page on your website. And then you can capture form submissions from all pages except the following. So you can exclude pages, only the following pages. So we do all pages. And then you can ignore fields. So ignore certain form fields from being captured on your website. Quite honestly, I don't even know exactly what these fields are for, but my developer put them in and ignored them. So there might be fields that, I don't know, could be personally identifiable information that you don't want passed along, or just bogus fields that you don't want passed along. So those can be ignored when you submit the form. And so this area is where you enable form tracking. If you have the script installed on your website, you don't enable form tracking, then nothing's going to happen, okay? So you enable it, all pages, and then if you want to ignore fields, you would do that. And so then when I head over to the activity section of our CallRail account, on the left-hand side here, now I see, well, not now, this is here before, but I'd see form submissions. And I think we were testing right here, which is why there's a spike of 42 forms. But now I see all the forms and where people submitted the forms and where they came from. And there's a number of other table settings here, like name and number, which I'm not going to put in email. They're like personally identifiable, keywords, campaign, value. But this is pretty cool because I can qualify them. I can hit this as a qualified lead or not qualified lead. I can also tag them. We don't use forms for reporting, at least in CallRail, so I don't have these qualified and tagged. And then I can look at the form data right here. So this is from Ranks India. They want our PPC services. They probably want your PPC services too. Ranks India, do you want more clients and customers? Oh, they don't want our PPC services, whatever. And then I'm actually going to view it here on the timeline so that it's a little bit bigger. And then it shows a lot more information. So they completed 11 of 11 form fields. It was from an organic search, Google, landing page was Paracore, the form URLs, contact, I can qualify or unqualified, and then I can see the form contents here as well. So this is all the information that's sent over, which is cool. So when I go back, you can start seeing, more relevant forms. So this one is from YouTube. This is another person from YouTube. These are from Clutch. Clutch I seem to be getting solicited a lot from. So I think Clutch is promoting that they're a good lead source, but I'm not getting that leads from it. I just get solicited a lot. A lot of direct traffic. Like I said, YouTube, we get YouTube traffic, Clutch again. So this shows all of your form submissions and what page the landing page, and what page they submitted on, okay? So that's pretty cool. So now you have all this data and you can track it and you can run reports on it. The other thing, so you can then head over to reports and you can go form attribution, and now you can see where all of your forms are coming from. So you can look here, we have 83% of our forms are from direct. Clutch is giving us an awesome, 4.8% of total forms. 83% of total forms, 35% of first time, 5% of total forms. And then you can scroll down here and you can see where all the forms are coming from. Total forms, first time forms. So we get a lot of repeat forms from like Ranks India and stuff like that. So this is a nice reporting area. You can change the source and you can look at campaigns, referring pages, landing pages. So let's say referring page, we're gonna hit this. Attributed to first interaction, last interaction, all interactions. I don't know if this will actually change anything. I think it did change something. Yeah, the chart looks different. So last interaction. So here you've got a little chart that shows you where leads are coming from, and then you can obviously change the dates and things like that. So that's pretty cool. If I head back over to the settings, there are some advanced features which are really cool. And they are at form alerts. All right. So first of all, if you just want CallRail to notify you when a form's submitted, you can add an alert for yourself. And you don't get any options here. You just add your name. It'll kick off an email to you when a form is submitted, and then you'll see that come through. So sometimes, like, one of the worst things that can happen in PPC is if form submissions are not sending email notifications to clients or yourself, and that's a total bummer. So sometimes, like, WordPress websites are weird or spam filters, and so I might enable both, especially to start. So it's like, all right, we set up a form on a website with lead generation, and then that form is going to the client or someone else. And then I might also just enable this just to, like, double check and make sure that they're getting the forms, that everyone's getting the forms. Because if you go for a period of time without getting those, that's bad. That's a bummer. The second thing that's really cool, and this is awesome. So this is called, these are phone and text notifications. The phone notifications, our phone call notifications, play a brief message and provide the option to connect to the customer over the phone. So what that means is I might be driving, and then a phone call comes in from 404, which is Atlanta. And I go, oh, that's a lead coming in. And I might answer the phone. So I'm telling them to call this number. This is our office number. I guess it would work. I don't think it would work because we have a phone system. But usually this is my cell phone number. I changed it. So you're driving. Phone call comes in. You answer. And it says, hey, you're getting a lead form submission. Click 1 to listen to it. Click 2 to connect. And I'm like, all right. So I click 1. It's like, this is Ranks India. And I'm like, hang up. And I don't connect. And then, but another time I click 1. It's like, hey, this is like, the biggest electrical company in Phoenix, do you want to talk to them for lead gen? And I'm like, yeah. So I hit 2. And then what happens is they automatically call the person that just submitted the form, and they connect the call, and it just happens in real time on the phone. So I don't have to be driving, look at my email, read it while I'm on the road, click call, dial, blah, blah, blah. It just calls me, it reads it to the phone, reads it to me over the phone, and I can click 2 to connect, and then I'm connected to them. And that is really awesome. So, it says which number will the customer see on their caller ID. So I want the customer to see the tracking number, or you can have them see your personal phone number or an outbound number. But we have them show the tracking number. So they're going to see a call inbound, and then once they answer, it'll connect the 2 of our calls. So that's pretty awesome. So this is a really cool feature for people that are maybe business owners or salespeople that are on the go and don't answer their phone right away because they're in a meeting or they're just like mobile, right? So if you have a call center, like, you don't really need this because they're not like mobile. But if you don't have a call center, if you have people moving around and need to be connected, this is a really good feature for that. It's awesome. One thing that we did learn just recently is that with Unbounce, we use Unbounce for landing pages. We installed this script and it wasn't firing and triggering the phone calls. Apparently in Unbounce, they don't create forms like websites create forms. They don't use an input type of submit. So what happens is that the event is not bound to their form. So when someone submits the form, these notifications don't fire off, which is a real big bummer. So Unbounce and CallRail don't work that well together from this perspective. CallRail has created a workaround script where they actually do bind to the event, but it only works on a desktop device because it only works on click. It doesn't work on tap or on touch. And so that's one thing you can do is you can use that workaround script. However, it only works for half of the traffic. Whatever percentage of your traffic is coming over desktop, the mobile version, it will not work. So if someone's on their phone and they fill out a form, it's not going to fire the notification like it would normally. So that's definitely a bummer. I'm hoping that that'll be worked out by the two companies at some point, but currently it's not. So Unbounce and CallRail in that respect are not working that well together. Another option for notifications is a text message. So I thought this was going to be like the form information being texted to me, but it's a URL that says a form was submitted, click here to view it. So I don't turn that on because it doesn't help me that much, but a text message comes in and it notifies you that a form was submitted. Secondly, you can get these notifications only during specific times if you want. So only send phone and text notifications during the following times, all days and any day, all day. So like I'll be on my couch sometimes and it comes in, I don't typically answer it. But you can also limit it. So you can say weekdays, between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. And then you can say weekends, all day. Like I'm gonna take them all day. Oh, you probably do the opposite. So all day and then between. So, or you can do just like individual days. So you can really you can really narrow down and identify when these notifications are going to come through so that you only answer them when you want to answer them and you're not being like hit up all the time like when you're sleeping or something like that. But you should have your notifications off anyway when you're sleeping. That's a PSA alert. Okay, so that basically sums up form submissions. So form submissions, form reporting, then form alerts are kind of the three areas of this that are really powerful. You know, if you're running most of your reporting for phone calls out of CallRail, might not be a bad idea to run your reporting for forms out of CallRail just because it's all in one place and you can integrate everything and you can kind of look at it all in one dashboard, which would be really nice. I don't know how well that would scale. However, I don't really foresee it being too big of an issue. But it's a nice central area to acquire forms, track them, tag them, flag them, you know, qualify them, whatever. So as always, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, that's all for this video, and we will see you in the next video.